I think we are reconnected, and we're gonna have to wait. You guys are here, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go to. Let me take this off here. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, we're gonna wait to see. Okay, so it looks like we're reconnected, but we don't. Let me go back to the channel. So we are reconnected,
All right. Should I
and
go ahead?
we're just gonna wait for people to come in. We are
Okay.
online. We are live. We just don't have anybody in the audience yet because I think they don't know that we disconnected. So
Okay.
they
Okay.
will come in. Uh,
While we're waiting for people, I'll tell you guys an interesting fact. Okay. When I first moved to Ethiopia, right? Guess who I got scammed by?
Austin.
No, I got scammed by another FBA. He's somewhere on YouTube. I'll find this video and I'll send it to you. He was on someone's channel. Um, and it was the most ridiculous thing ever. Because this man's scam was $200, which is so
really?
but yes, but it tells you the state of where this person is at, right? He's there in Ethiopia. He hits me up one day and it's like, hey, I have this situation going on. You know how things are in Ethiopia. I delivered something to them, but they've not paid me yet. If I can have $200, once they pay me, I'll send the money back to you. I'm like, all right, man, fine, no problem. I mean, I guess, but I mean, even at that point, I was really like, wow, you have hit the wall, huh? Trouble has found you out here. You don't have $200. So I send the money to him. And after that, man, like usual, they disappear on you and X, Y, and Z. But they're posting on social media, flexing away how they're living out here in the world, and all that good stuff. I'll find that guy's page and I'll share it with
Okay, so I'm checking to make sure that the comments are coming in. Uh, let's see comments.
you. It's 6 hours of streaming Superman status. Yeah, no, no, you've been at it, man.
So it looks like we are reconnected. We lost Kaba, so I think he'll come back. But yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah, just go ahead. Well, I'll sort this, figure this out while you're.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, this year is the finest traveling checklist. Okay, uh, is that according to Mr. Austin here, this is the great value, the things you don't want to forget when you're about to travel. It's the most basic things ever, man. Let me see, is it showing up on your screen there? Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay. Uh, passport, travel insurance, identification. I mean, this is. I guess you have to remind people to carry clothing when they're traveling. Dress shoes, yeah, comfortable walking shoes, hats, sunglasses, sunblock, right? Toiletries. This is something that people are paying, paying the money for, right? To remind them to get to take their charger, camera, and their memory. This is how I know that this is lazy effort. Right? You have camera and memory card here, but most people just use their phones these days, unless you're a vlogger or something. Which, if you are, you seem like a camera and your memory card is one of the first things that you should be remembering to take, because that's your main business, right? But yeah, just basic. Nothing that you would look at this, and think and feel like you spent good money.
Yeah, it looked like, I think, to be honest, Austin don't really give you value for your money, man. He don't take his job, serious. If you living on YouTube, you gotta be serious, man. But he don't do that. At least O'Shea, put some quality in his work. Now
Yeah,
Austin sucked.
yeah, that's one of the other things in that folder. Let's see what
So
else.
how much you pay for this?
This is $30.
$30, man.
Yeah,
Man, that can get you McDonald's, man.
yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. If at the end of the day, man, if nothing else, man, Austin should be thanking me. I put food on his table. Yeah, I sponsored him. I bought his little raggedy PDF. So he should put some respect on our name.
I know, man. The problem with this guys, man, is just like, like, back in the day, how, they used to call African booty scratcher, and this same people now trying to
Yeah,
go back to Africa, it just don't make no sense, you know.
man. Let me ask a question for everyone here. I don't know
Mhm.
if everyone here moved to the US, at some point later in their life, but who's the first when you were in the US, the first people that you had a rough interaction with, whether it's them calling you out of your name or so on and so.
Oh,
Um,
for me, it was like
just
it was the Jamaicans. I had to deal with a lot of Jamaicans in certain places in the East Coast. Man, they
right,
were rough. Them and then they were rough. They were pretty rough, especially the older gen. It was them. It was mostly them at the beginning, and then later on, it was like. Then you got to deal with some African Americans. But the great part about me was I played sports,
right,
so because I played sports and whatnot, I used to play basketball and played football and played a bunch of different sports. It's kind of like eventually just kind of form a brotherhood with a lot of them. So it was kind of like it was that. But for I know some who've come in, they get challenges. Like I've spoken to several, they get challenges dealing with. Like I have a friend, she's in the Philly area. She went to I don't know. You guys know the school, LaSalle University?
uh,
No.
no,
Okay, she was in school in Pennsylvania. There, she went to high school in Philadelphia. She used to tell me how the girls in Philadelphia were ruthless to her, so she was having difficulty with them.
Did she go to like William Penn High School or Penwood High
I don't.
School?
I would have to ask her. I didn't even like. I never asked her what high school she went to. But like she just told me that she was having issues with them. But then it was crazy. I had some friends out in Mississippi, and they were
Hmm.
going. They went to like they were doing some stuff in university. They ended up having to do some summer school, and they ended up going to some school, and they were like dealing with a lot of those girls in Philadelphia. So those Southern girls were saying they were having issues with those girls in Philadelphia too. So it seemed like I don't know. Those
Yeah, bro.
girls.
Yeah, I went to school in Philly, man. I can tell you all about it, man. To be
Oh,
honest, like
really?
it
You went to
was
high school?
Penn State.
Oh, you went to Penn State. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
What are you, Liberian or where are you from? Ghana or where?
Uh, my family's from Liberia, but we grew up in Ghana.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
I
nice.
figured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, yeah. Ghanaian. I'm Ghanaian, so I know.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, but
Did you
the
spend some
Ghanaians.
time in Ghana, DJ?
oh,
Yeah, at the cent.
Wako, wako.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
man. Man, I used to
Wow,
live in
man.
Awutu, man. Awutu. That was my spot.
Did
Yeah.
you go to school over there? What part of Ghana were you in? You were in Accra?
No, I was in Awutu. Then we moved.
Oh,
We
Utu.
moved to Accra. Yeah.
Okay,
We
yeah.
live in the village, man.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I was
You
literally
know.
just in Ghana. I was literally just in Ghana. I just got back. So I was
Oh,
just
okay.
there. Yeah, yeah, I was just there. So I'll be back there shortly again. I got some unfinished stuff. I gotta do work related stuff out there. So,
Yeah, Ghana
but
is
yeah,
popping right now, man.
yeah.
yeah,
No,
Oh
no.
yeah,
When I
yeah.
was there, I saw a lot of
oh,
British out there, a lot of African Americans, a lot of Jamaicans out
yeah.
there. So a lot of people, a lot of Kenyans were there too. A lot of Kenyan girls. So by airport over there, airport, the restaurants and stuff over there they got going on, by close to the
Mhm.
Accra Mall. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
been
yeah,
there
yeah.
recently, like
Yeah,
East
I
Legon.
remember this.
You
Yeah.
guys, you guys been there recently? Like it's developing. Muhammad's not playing around. He's out there building the infrastructure. Like he's a man on a mission right now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a good president, though. To be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
my cousin and her husband they just moved out to Ghana with their 7 kids.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they've
nice.
been there for like I think it's about almost 5 years, 5 or 6 years
Wow.
now. They moved from Florida. Uh,
Were they
uh,
Black American or what are they?
no, no, no. We're from Cameroon,
You're from
right?
Cameroon. What's their
Yeah,
experience like in Ghana? They like it?
they love it. I mean, they went to visit, right, and then they came back to the U.S. and then decided to get rid of some of the things and and go try life over there. So far, so great. They come back to the U.S. for like the summer with their kids, and their kids are enrolled in tennis here.
Yeah.
So they come and they have the tennis tournament and his family and all that good stuff, and then they
Nice.
go back.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Can somebody post the link to the thing for KF to come on
the link to the stream here.
to the stream? Yeah, because I for some reason my comments are disabled after we rejoined, and I'm struggling to get it back, but it's not letting me.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Nana, you been to Ghana recently, or
No, I haven't, man. So I'm
when
trying
was
to
the last
look.
time you went back?
Oh, like 3 years ago. I've been
Okay,
doing a
not
lot of Zambia.
Zambia. Yeah, you told me you got the land over there that you're working on right now,
Yeah,
right?
because my
You
wife
got
is
the.
from there, so I typically go to
Oh, okay.
Zambia.
Zambia, eh? You plan on Nana? You plan on touching up South Africa, and
No, I've never been a fan of it.
you never been a fan of
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I've never been a fan of it, man.
I plan on
They've
going
never
over
been my
there.
favorite group of Africans, to
I
be to
plan
be
on
honest.
going over there and slapping up one of those Zulu leaders, honestly, for the.
Yeah.
Bro,
Well,
this is
I've been there like 5 times in my recollection,
Yeah,
and all apart from one of the trips, all of them didn't go well.
really, yeah,
So
wow.
I'm not really a fan of them, and that was way before this whole xenophobic thing.
yeah, yeah.
I've
I,
never
I
really been a fan of them.
I have a friend from Gambia, right? And she was telling me back in like 2016, she was working for the. She was work. She moved around a lot. She did stuff with the UN as well and whatnot. And she told me she was working for the UN at one point. She said to me that back then, that why is the South Africans beating up the foreign the other Africans over jobs? She was saying that back then to me, and I was like, huh? She's like, yeah, it's crazy. I was just over there, and she was breaking down how these South Africans are so upset at the foreigners, and they're stealing their jobs, and I'm like, and it's still going on till this day. This was back in 2016. She was telling me about this.
But man, imagine buying this thing is selling, right? What what is that? What's gonna go through your head after you've made this purchase, bro? I would go crazy knowing that this is what I'm gonna get. The
What
travel
from?
list.
Oh, the travelist. He's lazy. Like you guys were saying prior. Like he doesn't take pride in his content. So like
Yeah,
he doesn't even with you can with AI and all this technology you can have slideshows. You can do so much different things that you could have like fake people and all this other like AI people and showing them like you could do so many different things on techniques on how you can introduce and package this stuff for the public, but you just selling like I don't even know, like I
copy
don't know
and
what that
paste.
is. Yeah, copy and paste. Bring your charger. Carry your passport. Like yeah, I mean like, don't bring. Yeah, make sure you have your
Guys,
your e visa. Like come
can
on,
you
man.
see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Poetic Flacco just did a video 3 hours ago about Nolan Wells, right? You know how many views he's gotten in 3 hours?
where we at?
107,000 views in three
Yeah.
hours. This
Nah,
is
Yeah.
nah.
this is why O'Shea keeps saying, "Oh, I know he's a better communicator than me." Yes, because he's putting in the work. I told you, right? Everything I talk about these black guys are true. They don't like competition. They are not raised to compete, bro. They don't
No,
like
Nah,
but
it.
nah.
They don't like.
Nana, you got to realize too. You have to understand that Poetic Flacco's audience. Poetic Flacco lives in Los Angeles. Like Poetic Flacco's, he works with known gangbangers on the No Jumper show. Like he works with the hip hop community, so his audience is very broad. He got people in Germany. People, his is not. It's not xenophobic audience. It's not a niche audience. When you're dealing with hip hop, you're dealing with the world. Everybody listens to hip hop. Drake and 50 Cent and Cardi B and all the Jay-Z and all these people. So his audience is that. Like Jay-Z knows of his existence. He's with academics and these kind of guys and Say Cheese and all those. They're all in that audience. No Jumper and Vlad TV. There's a group of them. They're all gonna get numbers. Poetic Flacco's not in the same space as O'Shea Duke Jackson. O'Shea's
Hold up.
audience, yeah.
Uh huh.
O'Shea's
Nah, nah.
audience. Sorry.
Oh no.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Oh
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. O'Shea's audience is a niche audience, and right now he's trying to rage bait and clickbait to get subs and people watching his videos. And people don't care about his videos. He had an opportunity to be with Woody Amaya and guys of that ilk. But what happened? He ended up messing that up. You see what I'm
You
saying?
saw what he told. You saw what he said about Wodemaya, right?
What did he say?
He got drunk and he said Wodemaya doesn't treat his workers well, and he has a bad name in the YouTube space. People that know him, he and even his wife is horrible. And says these are horrible, horrible people. And then he took the video down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And let me tell you something. Woody Amaya is. I was one time when I was on vacation, right? I was in Dominican Republic there, right? So I was in the vacation, right? And I met some of my guys, and they introduced me to some of their friends from Chicago. So they were out there, and these are Black American guys, well off guys, properties, all this stuff. And I saw them, and they were sitting down, and when I went in his house, the video he was watching was a Woody Amaya video, and he was watching content. And these are older guys, Black American guys, and they're watching his content. Woody Amaya, his audience, he has the young generation, he has the older generation too. You see, Woody Amaya has a lot of those elderly African Americans, those Black Americans. He has a lot of them. He does tours with them. He helps them with real estate. He connects them with the right groups of people. Look at iShow Speed. He's connected with iShow Speed. He's connected with Mr. Beast. Woody Amaya is in
It's a completely different league, and his
exactly
his corporate accessible, right? Like
yeah
you can present. He's presentable.
presentable, and
He
he
can
goes
wear a
around the
suit.
world. He's around the world. He's international.
He's flying with prime ministers in Barbados,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Thank you.
which prime
World
minister is
leaders,
gonna fly with Oshay people?
world, world leaders respect him. You know, like world leaders, like almost like kind of he's respected like how Farrakhan was respected back in the days with world
Yeah.
leaders and certain groups of people. They were when they hear Farrakhan's name, it's like very respectful. Like they he's revered. He's admiral. They respect the hell out of him. That's how Woody Amaya is. So you're talking. It's like me like talking garbage about Michael Jordan. I play in some rec league, and Michael Jordan's a legend in the NBA. Where's the logic behind that? Where's the You had connections with him. If you're a smart man, you should have Woody Amaya on your speed dial, calling him for help on certain types of content and certain not like the anti-African content, all this other stupid stuff and gossip and all this. But I'm talking about real, tangible content. Like O'Shea should, at this point in his life, he should have East Africa on lockdown. Nothing does
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Everything goes through him. If you're
Yeah.
coming over there, people want this. People look for properties. He should own buildings. He should own this. He should refer people. He should have vacation packages. He should have resorts. He should, at his age, you gotta come for the day. One thing about the brony people, okay, well the white people is this: when they come to these countries in Africa, they come over there with the purpose of obtaining resources, getting things done, building. And a lot of Black Americans are starting to realize that too. So you go to these places, you'll see them buying up certain things. You gotta buy up stuff. You gotta own things. You gotta actually have tangible things physically. People can physically see and touch when you go to Africa because it's dirt cheap. It's
You
cheap.
know, the problem on O'Shea. I wish O'Shea can listen, right? I don't hit the guy, but
Yeah.
O'Shea just making like simple mistake. O'Shea, I don't know his age, but I know O'Shea is like probably 46 or 45, right? O'Shea can still turn his stuff around. All O'Shea need, like if you want to date somebody who is higher in society, like somebody who work with the bank, somebody who work in the lawyer office, somebody who can give
Yeah.
you information on stuff,
But
to do.
do you think
Uh-huh.
Oshay can have a successful relationship with an African woman
No, he
when this
cannot
guy
because of
sees
his
them as
attitude.
beneath him?
No, his attitude.
He
He
just
will need some work done. He cannot mentally
right,
do it.
right. He cannot. I don't think that will ever be successful because just the way you approach this, the continent in the first place, it's like this is supposed to be, just women that you can kind of play around with and run through. I don't think that that's something that can ever be successful for
No,
him.
but
It needs to be
but I
something
listen I listened to O'Shea before, right, about his relationship in South Africa, right? O'Shea looked like a guy who fall in love pretty quick. So if O'Shea fall,
yeah, but that is that is that is because That's because he's probably been the type of guy that has not has the experience and the access to women in that way, right? So
Premature ejaculation, right?
yes, exactly, exactly, exactly. So it's like I don't see that is even possible for him. If it was possible, I think he'll be talking to American women.
Hey guys, let me give you all the last words. My technology is struggling. I can't get the comments to come up, and then I have to go get me some food, get my shower in, get ready for bedtime. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna start with you there, Johnson. You on? Oh, we don't have. Okay, oh, Brazen. You wanna
yeah.
round it up?
Yeah, this is what I say, man. I think that the first thing that needs to happen is just that these guys need to stop disrespecting the continent. Uh, you know what we're doing here. It is no different from any other places that these people have been to, where they try to be disrespectful to the locals, and they would stand up for themselves anywhere. I do not understand why these guys feel like Africans need to just sit back and take all the abuse and not be able to say anything back. So I'm glad that we're doing this. I don't want them to stop what they're doing because we need to drive the point home for sure. So that's all I'll say for now. I'm hanging out. I'm waiting to see how it goes, and I'll keep sharing more about this. And whenever you go live, let me know if you need me to join. I'll come on and share more.
All right, man. Yeah, we're gonna do more of the panel. We used to do panels like at least a couple times a week, but yeah, we're gonna bring it back because it's. I like to hear different perspectives, and that was interesting, man. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
and
in.
absolutely. Maybe next time I talk to y'all, I'll be back in Ethiopia. I'm in the US right now. By the
Okay.
way, Nana, some similarities, man. I used to live in Plano, Texas. Uh,
Okay.
I was there for a while. I have some family out there, so I'm familiar with the areas like Frisco, Prosper, and some of the places that you talk about around where you are. I was going to uh, college down there, and then I did drop out. I'll say that I did
Uh,
drop out. I was
oh,
working and I was working in paper college. I saw it, right? I decided to drop out, come side. So I've also been in. But here's the thing. Here's one thing I'll also point out before, and I'll close it on this one. Despite the fact that I dropped out, okay, um, there's not a lot that I've not been able to touch or reach in this country, simply because, like the FBS would say, because they are black. Okay. The last job I had, I've been in IT and I've built myself up through this, right? The last job I had before I moved to Ethiopia, I was working as a business analyst, then project manager, doing government contracts. This is a job that, people will probably tell you, like, hey, you know, you will not make it, whatever the case might be. If you have the mindset, that sort of mindset, like the ones that you see some of these guys have, right? Sure, you will not make it. But at the same time, I would also say I made it there because of the character I have, building relationships with people, and I also give huge credit to other Africans who are here working extremely hard because it was through those type of connections that I was able to pull myself up to some of these places, right? Other areas that I worked in, it was simply just me walking in, going to an interview, and they could see that I had the knowledge behind what it is we're talking about. One thing I'm good at is just self tutoring. I learn a lot of things. I'm always studying for myself. I'm always reading stuff, and so far, it's been working out okay for me. Right.
good.
So, even to that extent, I think that it all comes down to the mindset, building relationships, the commitment to work hard, and always learning, always learning, always learning. And that's what these guys don't do. And this is where the
Okay.
difference is.
Go, man. Who do I got next? Jay.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, definitely, Nana, just keep up the great work you're doing. Um, and keep up the great work you're doing. Like honestly, and I want people to understand this isn't no Africa versus FBA. or anything of that nature, or Africa versus African Black Americans or whatever. It's none of that. The reality is there's just a niche group of people that are sitting down here spreading propaganda and trying to create division amongst Black people as a whole, melanated people. People, we're all melanated. We're all brothers. We're all black. Black people are everywhere in the world. If you know the history of the planet, black people are everywhere. So it's not like we're some new phenomenon that just came out of nowhere. We've been on this planet forever now. So I just want people to understand that there's not no war. There's just O'Shea. O'Shea in particular, like he's creating a lot of division with his master Tariq Nasheed, and I believe that it's important that people understand that who these people are and what they're trying to do, and they're doing this to make money. They're not doing this isn't like something. A lot of them they're doing this just to make money because they don't know how to make money. They're lazy people and they can only do is sit on the internet all day. They don't want to get a job. They don't want to work. They don't want to do what every like their ancestors. They say their ancestors are from the land. Their ancestors, even their great grandparents, were all working. They were all getting up. They weren't complaining about all this other stuff, And they really face oppression. These people don't face nothing in today's world. All these people do is sit down there and complain. They just complain. They don't. And guys like O'Shea, he's lazy. He's hiding in Africa complaining, and he doesn't want to get up and go and work. Get up and go work. Go get a real job. Be a doctor. Go and become a doctor. Go change lives. And honestly, yeah, just keep up the great work, Nana. Um, that's all I have to say. Just keep up the great work. We're here with you. Don't if you don't feel alone, you're not alone, Nana. There's a lot
Oh
of
yeah. Oh
we have a huge
definitely. Yeah.
support system here. And
Yeah.
even if you're sitting out here talking about, hey, listen, I guys gotta help me with this or help me with that, our wallets are open. You know what I mean? We're ready to help you. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No, we're gonna do more of the panel. So
Yeah,
always feel free to come on,
yeah.
man. It's a
And,
safe space. So at least
exactly.
we'll try to hit two, minimum one or two
Yeah,
panel streams a week, and that
yeah,
we get more of our guys speaking up. Because if it's just me, they'll be like, "Oh, this guy is just rambling." But if I have different guys expressing their experiences and how they feel, I think it helps with the
yeah,
discourse, right?
yeah. And Nana, all I ask you to do is just do a deep dive on this guy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Like, go back and watch, because I'm telling you right now, you will see what you need to see, and you'll know exactly who he is. You got to do it now before he starts deleting a lot of these videos. A lot of his old videos, they're starting to disappear, especially his old Uganda content where he was out there. He was out there, and if you go watch some of his a lot of his old collaborations with some of the older content creators that he was doing in the past, you would start to see that nobody likes this guy. And these are black American guys from Philadelphia, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Florida, even in the UK, et cetera, et cetera. And some of these guys, even passport bros don't like him. Like, a lot of people do not like this guy. So it's not like, so just keep applying pressure on his neck. You were going hard on Austin. Austin is a kid. At the end of the day, he'll figure it out one day. But O'Shea Duke Jackson, he needs to be stopped. He needs to be silenced. He needs to be, he's lucky Africa is the way it is today. Because today, they're not focused on that. They have more important fish to
Right.
fry. So that's why they're not really worried. People think, oh, I hear people saying, oh, black Americans saying, oh, Africans don't even like them. They don't even fuck. Africans are not worried about you guys. Africans are worried about putting food on the table, paying their bills, building up what they have to build up in the United States and back home, and living a decent life. They're not living here for you guys. Tariq Nasheed, you think Africans are here to fight you don't even fight the fight. You're in your house all day, running your mouth. So how you gonna be how you can't fight a fight from indoors. You gotta go outside and fight the fight. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
gotta go outside. So that's my argument. That's my statement. That's my and Nana. Just keep up the great work, man. We're here for you. Don't even worry about it. Just please continue to get on this guy O'Shea, because I'm fed up with him. He's the worst kind of person on this planet right now.
DJ.
Yeah, no, no. What's up, man? Yeah, no, no. I appreciate what you're doing. I just cross paths what you're trying to. I've been listening to you and what you're trying to do because this type of stuff you're talking about is not just started today. Growing up in Philly, like we see a lot of stuff like that. Maybe one day if you have time, me you can just chat it up because this people kill some African people in Philly, man, when we was in high school,
Oh
just
wow.
because they don't like African. So we don't hate O'Shea Austin. It's just like this. people is so lazy, like they don't want to accept Africa for what it is. And we came to this country, we live in this ghetto place, and we still make it. And you in a country with so much opportunity, but you guys not trying to succeed. But anytime if you hear a black African doing better than you guys, then you guys have problems. So it just hurt me sometimes, like seeing how this NBA talk about Africa and African, it just don't make no sense. But I'm gonna just keep it short. But I will be on your platform to listen to what you guys going on, and we can talk about more of this stuff, to let people know like the hurt some of us feel, living in this ghetto neighborhood, and how Black American treat us in this country when we was young. We can bring everything out because they in our country right now. We gave them all the freedom, but it's still talking trash. If we was doing the same thing they did to us over here, most Black American wouldn't be in Africa. So O'Shea and Austin, enjoy your stay. We're not gonna do anything, but you just have to keep it respectful. That's all we need.
Great, great. And Johnson, I think I got to cover you.
Yeah. For me, to be honest, I will maybe pardon Austin, but I'm sorry, Oshay gotta go. I don't care how you twist, how I don't care, however you it's twisted, how how much cleanup he might try damage control might do. I'm sorry, I have been watching all of his videos. I'm so impatient. Um, that the last video I watched of him was just a video where, with the South African thing that's going on with against other Africans, and his cheap, his point of view towards it is just so much hate undertone. You can just see it. He's trying to pretend like he's siding with the South Africans, but no, he's just using that opportunity just to get at other Africans, especially Nigerians, those in the West African Ghanaians. So he's taking advantage of the situation. It's not like he give a damn about no South Africa, struggles or other issue. He doesn't give a damn about them. He's just it's an opportunity, to lash back on us and also get his views up, and get make his money. So you trust me. It's hard to deceive me. you,
Right.
you you can try as much as you can. You have to do a lot more for me to fact things that you actually understand that you're coming from a junior standpoint. But for Austin, for him, I just feel like he can have a redemption depending on how he can dust himself up. He has a chance to clean up his act. But as far as O'Shea is concerned, I'm sorry, it's time for him to pack up his bag, either relocate back to the states or maybe find some Asian country where he can be at over there. That'll be the best option for him. But as long as I'm concerned, I'm sorry, O'Shea gotta leave.
Yeah, I feel the
That's
same way. For real, like I said, I
yeah.
think Austin is salvageable, but O'Shea's got to leave. Anyway, fellas, we're gonna leave it here, man. I don't know about tomorrow because my Mondays are really rough. But sometime maybe midweek, I think I'm gonna do more of these panels, at least while this O'Shea thing is going on. And then I'm gonna start my research as well, and try to share as much as I can share. Hopefully, Ugandans will catch on, right? I'm gonna start targeting the Ugandan audience with my SEO techniques, and hopefully a lot of them will get eyes on this because they got to help us with this, man. We can't do this by ourselves, right? This guy is not a good person. He doesn't mean well for us, and whatever trauma or things he's going through, he can come here and unleash on his own community. We don't care, right? But anyway, y'all have a great night. Enjoy your evening. Um,
It's you too. Thanks for what you're doing. Appreciate that.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.